Hi everyone, welcome. This is Gem314 Tarot. I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning and hello if you are new. Gemini, what the fuck? Like, I was gonna do a co-reading with you and Sagittarius today because the moon is in Sagittarius and it's in direct opposition to Mars and Jupiter in Gemini. And I thought, oh, okay, great, information exchange, communication exchange. Everybody's going to be chatty. Everybody's going to be, getting ideas and cooperating. We've got Mars and Jupiter, the good luck and activity in Gemini, and then we got the moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius might be a little more accepting of whatever is being communicated right now. It's a fucking shit show. What are these cards? Like, I got the Seven of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Oh, I thought this was reversed. Yeah. Page of Wands reversed, okay? In the next grouping, you got the Devil, the Nine of Swords, and Six of Wands reversed. In the next grouping, you've got Two of Cups, Ace of Swords reversed, and Seven of Wands reversed. And then in the last group, you've got the Seven of Swords reversed, Strength sideways, and the Empress. It's like, you guys are, this is a lot of mental and physical energy here. So let's start at the beginning, okay? The first card we dropped was the Seven of Swords, and usually I'm fine with this card because a lot of people want to say it's the thief in the night. There's someone in your environment that's stealing from you, and you've got to, you've got to keep an eye out for people in your midst who are untrustworthy. But the way I interpret it is this is you as the Seven of Swords, and it's you getting the fuck out of a situation that was you were way over your head, okay? Um, I initially, now, this is funny. I initially, with that card, saw him running away from a circus. So I was like, don't worry about it. You take whatever swords you can carry. You get the fuck out of there. It's not your circus, not your monkeys. You leave it behind. You definitely had to make some executive decisions here on what you were going to take with you and what you were going to leave. But when I was reading a different book recently about the Seven of Swords, it said that it wasn't a circus, it's actually the army. And it's like tents that in the old days, when they didn't have barracks or whatever, and they'd be traveling and they'd have to set up like a tent city. That's what's being stolen. It's like armaments are being stolen. So, well, I still interpret it as you, the viewer, are the one in the Seven of Swords. I guess if there was any warning that I would give, it's that make sure you're not stealing from somebody who doesn't deserve it, I guess. Like, I'm not mad at you. If you want to get the fuck out of that situation, you gotta run in the dead of night. Look at him. He's taken off in the dead of night with only 5 swords because that's all he could. That's all he could carry. Um, he leaves in the ground 2 swords. Oh, excuse me. Fine all day. As soon as I start talking, I'm yawning. He leaves behind 2 swords and he carries 5. Now we have to look at those numbers, okay? The 2 of swords that he is leaving behind is the indecision, so that's good. At least he's making executive moves, right? But the 5 swords that he's carrying is definitely the 5 of swords of winning, but at a cost, okay? So there may be something here, Gemini, where you gotta bug out with something. This is mental energy too. So remember, this is like your thoughts. This is your determinations on things. This is what you hold as true. So make sure that whatever of yourself you are salvaging from a situation It's not poison. Okay, it's that it, and that makes sense because in the next grouping you've got the devil. So I want you to make sure that when you do, if you are extricating yourself from some kind of situation where you're fed up, make sure that what you're leaving with is pure you. It's not the baggage, the mental baggage that you had accumulated in that fighting grounds. Okay, so now that they were saying it was the army camp, that's a place for contention and fighting and arming yourself and sharpening your swords and all that stuff. So make sure that the mental energy you're taking with you is not the inner fight. Okay. um Also, this may take you a while. Excuse me. But you may be now formulating the idea that I gotta go. I've got to make moves. This isn't working. All I have is stress. All I have is doubt. All I have is negative self talk. I've got to cut this off and I've got to get out. But you got the Knight of Pentacles here, which is the slowest knight in the deck. Okay. Um, it could be a young man coming in. You could be a young man. This is the Virgo energy I give to the middle child. So this is Virgo energy, very heavy Taurus also energy. Um, the key words with the Knight of Pentacles is idealistic, no wait, Pentacles, where am I? Methodical, meticulous, and measured effort. But almost to the point of stagnation. It's like the overthinking again, like with the Seven of Swords here. It's overthinking, over planning, being over methodical. I was talking with a friend of mine recently, and I'm a air sign. They're an air sign, and we're both very heavy air. Like I have 4 or 5 placements in Libra, and so do they. And so I was like, yeah, we are so analytical, but to the point of um, like being petrified, right? You're stuck because you have so much to analyze. But the problem with that is that it takes so fucking long that by the time we analyze what we know, the information is already changed and we have to reanalyze. You get stuck in the time loop. It's like, okay, I'm going to take time to try to think about this and figure this out, and I got to look at it from all angles, and I got to consider everybody, and I got to consider the money, and I got to consider, every little fucking detail. We have to go over it with a fine tooth comb. And then by the time we brush it all out and figure everything out, it's 6 months later and all the circumstances have changed. So everything that we just spent all that time and effort trying to figure out, it doesn't even matter. So this is like, and then you've got the Page of Wands reversed, which is usually the Page of Wands is very a go-getter. He's very optimistic, very energetic. He's enthusiastic. Let's do this. I got my one wand. Let's make the jump. I'm ready. I'm brave. Let's do this. And then you've got him here, reversed, where it's not only, so this could be swift good news. So even, and right now what we're in Mercury retrograde, so all of our communications are getting all fucked up too. It could be young fire energy. What does this say here? Optimistic, fearless, new ideas, eager but inexperienced, and then it's upside down. So this usually says like reckless or heedless, but to me, it feels stagnant. Okay? Here you've got somebody running with their ideas that they had to salvage. But like I said, that Five of Swords is the Five of Swords of fighting with people, and you win, but it's very bitter. It's a very bitter win. So now you're left holding these 5 swords of mental anguish, and you're on this slow ass Knight of Pentacles. You're dragging your feet. You're very methodical. you're not moving very fast, you're being extra super uber cautious. And then you got the Page of Wands reversed, which is like total dead energy. Like I was saying the other day, how right after the new moon, those 5 days after the new moon, I was like completely dragging ass. So this might be just like physical tiredness, whatever you came through, whatever you're planning, it took a toll on you, Gemini. You're not the fiery air sign that we know and love right now, okay? In the next grouping, you've got the Devil, the Nine of Swords, and Six of Wands reversed. Oh my God. It's like you're moving from one thing to into this is why you're moving so slow. It's because you've got devil energy here, which is servitude, bondage, loss of freedom, toil, and burden. So remember, the devil is the lovers in chains. So there was something that you agreed to, you fell in love with. This may be a relationship, this may be a situation, this may be work, this is anything that you chose, that at the time you entered into it with love and pure intent, good intentions, commitment. You know, you were alive. You really chose this. This was something that was good. You could vibe with. You really felt emotionally fulfilled with this choice. And then life had a chance to ruin it. That's why I always say the difference between the lovers and the devil is the time it took for the lovers to be bound in those chains. So by the time you get to the devil, you have burden, you have obligation. Those are the chains that are holding you down. And the reason that the chains are there is because it's our choice to put them there. The lovers is always a choice, and so is the devil, okay? It's you chose to put them there, and now you're under the weight of those chains. Then you got the Knight of Swords. So whatever this connection was that turned into a burden is now a fucking anxiety filled mess. You're in your head about it. Like these 5 swords came all the way over here and now they're 9. You didn't get rid of anything. You added to the stress. Not you personally, but like I'm saying, the situation, that the way it led you, or the way you had to be led in this situation, it just felt like it got worse, you know? And then it's like whatever you were going for, you missed it because you got the Six of Wands in reverse now. That's victory unfulfilled. So you've got obligation, loss of freedom, Nine of Swords. This is anxiety and nightmares. Again, remember, sword energy is mental energy. And the key with the swords cards is to recognize which of those swords are true and which are not. Because some of those things in our minds are fake. Okay, either our doubts put that there, or somebody else whispered that and put that there. Those things are an illusion. Because if you can look at it from outside of the brain that's telling you that those things are there, you do not see them. They do not exist. They only exist in the mind, and it's not even physically in the mind. It's just images and ideas, okay? And then so I heard we're slave to these fucking anxieties, and that's why we are Six of Wands reversed. We cannot even fathom what a victory would look like at this moment. So down here in the next grouping, you've got the Two of Cups, the Ace of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Wands reversed. So now it feels like it's getting a little bit lighter right here. There's could be something with a loved one, because we got the Two of Cups here. This is um, recognition, love, and blessings. Okay, this is a connection. Um, from the vice versa deck, this side. Okay, so it has 2 sides, right? This is the front side of the Two of Cups, and then this is the reverse of the Two of Cups. It's the same meaning, but one is in the light and one is in the dark. So the way they interpret this card is that the front side of the Two of Cups is a promise made between two people without anybody else interfering in it yet. It's like still in the dark about it. Not that they're being shady or they're being on the down low or anything. It's just, it's kind of it's the, it's the elopement period before you announce that you're together, right? So then on this side, it's out in the daylight, and this is the connection. It says the connection out in the open. So you're going to be honest and open about something that you decided. Ooh, excuse me. But you've got the Ace of Swords in reverse here. Usually, the Ace of Swords is clarity from the divine. All the aces are something unexpected from the divine. So, either you're going to get some information that it turns everything upside down and you don't expect it, or there's a delay in this information here, and I of all this delay feeling feels like Mercury retrograde. And that makes sense because Mercury is your ruling planet, Gemini. So when it's going backwards, it's like your brain feels all discombobulated. But I thought everything was going to be a little okay because you've got Mars, the planet of energy and passion, and Jupiter, the planet of blessings and generosity, in your sign. So, but you know what? Let me double check this because maybe one of them is retrograde and I'm just not picking this up here. I bet you Jupiter is retrograde. Why do I feel that? Let's see. No, no, no. Neither of them are retrograde. Mars and Jupiter in Gemini are direct. But we do have, let's see here. Where are we? Mars and Jupiter. Yeah, it is still kind of in opposition with Moon in Sagittarius. So I feel like that might be the wanderlusty part. Sagittarius, I always describe as the rolling stone of the zodiac. They're the centaur, they keep it moving, they're always horny for more. They got wandering eyes, wandering hearts, wandering feet, wandering hands, wandering lips, and the moon is in them. So this may feel like an energy of you want to keep it moving, but there's something emotional in there that you need to address. This could be doubts, this could be fears, this could be, like I see here with the devil, you're bound to something that mentally is testing you. And you can't move on and look for a victory here yet. But your heart, that Two of Cups, your heart is telling you that you need to be somewhere else. And this Ace of Swords, I feel like, is somebody going, but yeah, I'm not clear about if I want to move yet, And as long as you're like that, then you've got this Seven of Wands in reverse. So we got Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands. Um, excuse me. Together, that's 14. Break that down. It's a 5. Again, more contention, more conflict, more arguing, more, in your head about things. This usually means that you're defending your high ground here with the Seven of Wands, but in reverse, I feel like you feel, Gemini, and I'll include Sagittarius with this too. I'm going to do this together with the both of you. Saggy and Gemini, you feel like I heard meeting this person really kicked you off your high ground. It like not a high horse, like you're not humbled in that way, but I feel like you had some ground to defend yourself about something, and then once you acknowledge this connection, you feel like it totally knocked you off of your high grounds. But hear me out here. This Ace of Swords is reversed, so there may be something here that you're misjudging. Okay? Don't um don't attach yourself to this Two of Cups just yet. Like, it's out in the open. I don't know if this is you have announced to others that you and this person are seeing each other. I don't feel like there's a relationship here because that's the only cups I got. Everything else is fighting. Okay? So, yeah. I feel like this is out. If it's not out in the open, like the two of you going, "Oh my God, this is us, and we're dating, and we're gonna be going to all these places together now. You're all gonna see us together now because we're together now, right?" I don't get that from this at all. I feel like somebody brought something forward and now they're admitting to it that it's there. It's like somebody's admitting to some feelings. Yes, I know it's you. Yes, I am acknowledging that I do love you, but there's something here that you're missing. That Ace of Swords reverse is that Mercury retrograde. There's something that they're keeping from you, or it's just not ready for you to know yet. So don't make any moves on this yet. You've got the Seven of Wands reversed, and that's a feeling of being overwhelmed with this. I heard that the lack of information is feeling overwhelming to you. It's like you cannot make a clear decision on this. It's like they're dangling this beautiful "but I love you" in front of you, like with this jingle ball, like you're a cat or something. "But I love you, and we can tell your parents, and blah blah blah. We can bring this out in the open." And you're just not there's just something I got the ick about something here. So you're in defense, but you feel overwhelmed and kind of off your game a little bit. I would take some time to let this marinate. The last grouping you have here, now we've got the Seven of Wands again. Oh, look at this. We've got the Seven of Wands twice, both in reverse. In this deck, in the vice versa deck, this is what it looks like in the front, and then from the back is the reversal. It's like here he's got the high ground, like I was talking about, and then in the back, he's overlooking that field of skulls of all the people that he's beaten. And yeah, he's got the high ground, but at what price, right? So this is a card, and it says, let me see if I can read it. Defeat teaches equally. Okay, defeat teaches equally. Revisit strategy. Oh, okay, and improve. Okay, so revisit things and improve your strategy. Be humble, but be proud that you got through it. Be humble and grateful. I'm sorry, that's a different card. Be humble and grateful. It's like, yeah, be grateful that you got through it. Be humble that you were able to do it. But there's something here. Okay, now that we've got that extra information about that Seven of Wands reversed twice here. So, like it said, defeat can teach you equally. Meaning you learn just as many lessons from defeat as you do victory. And here's victory here reversed. So, yeah, there's something here where somebody's taking a big mental goose egg. So there's going to have to be some kind of re-strategizing here. Yeah. You know what? I'm glad to see it. I didn't want to have to end this with just, I didn't want to have to end it with just victory reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and two Seven of Wands reversed. And it's just like, yeah, you're just going to fucking lose. That's it. Dun dun. Next video. I'm glad I don't have to do that. There is a re-strategizing here. And I'm happy to say that it's having a really good outcome. All right. So whatever this is that you had to muck through, you had to muck through. They're starting to be sloshing through thick mud, right? Okay, whatever you had to get through. So you've got the Seven of Wands reversed here, and it's like I said, defeat teaches equally. You and them, it teaches as equal as victory does. So there's a moment here where you can just sit and look back at what happened, review it, revisit everything, revisit your conduct, revisit the choices that you had. Remember, it's like he's looking back at this devil card, saying, boy, I had to fucking really get out of that on my own. I didn't have a lot of good choices good choices I can make. Here's the thing they want me to say. There's a difference between good choices and good decisions. All right? Good choices, you might not have good choices, but you can make the best decision with those choices that you can. You might have very good choices and still make a bad decision. You might have very bad choices and make a good decision. That's separate. And people sometimes say, well, I had no choice, or, I made they kind of sometimes equate decisions and choices, and they're separate. So you had some kind of devil energy here that you had to bust out of, and now you're in this Seven of Wands energy. I don't know if you can see that, where he's on the hill, and all these broken shields are in front of him. There's skulls there, and he's standing there just kind of looking over what he's done, looking over what the scene looks like now, what's left. The clouds are coming, it's dark. It's like he's been standing there for a hot minute, just like catching his breath, holding that wand, that staff. This is a moment where you have to revisit what happened and re-strategize something. And the good thing is that you're ending with two really strong cards. You're ending with strength, even though it came out sideways. It came out so, like, if you think of things that they turn clockwise, right? And strength upright becomes strength reverse. Well, continuing the circle, you get this position. This is how it fell out, with the head to the left. So to me, this feels like it's coming back from reversed clockwise back into upright position. So it's diminished a little bit. You're working on it, but you're regaining your strength here. I love that. Okay. You're regaining your strength. I feel like after a moment of resting, after the re-strategize, not even after, like, you have to re-strategize how to get your strength back. How are you going to come back from this? What are you letting go? You've already left those swords to fall out. You're pissed you missed your victory. You pissed that this Two of Cups talked fancy to you, but it was all lies with this Ace of Swords reversed. And you almost feel like there was nothing you could do about it at the moment, because it had come out in the open already. It was already, you know, the relationship did. Not the, well, maybe the information, but what I get from the card is that the honeymoon phase, the the condition of being a couple had been talked about but not shared yet. And they're showing me how when a website is being constructed on somebody's computer, right? And then when it's ready for others to see, then it quote unquote goes live. That's what they're showing me. This Two of Cups in the open was something that was in the works and then went live. Like, okay, now we're a couple, now we're here. But then there was this shady feeling of this Ace of Swords reverse that knocked you off your balance and put you in a defensive energy. So then you had to go back and, like, totally review, what the fuck did I just come out of? Like, how did that happen? How did I let myself get in that? That took forever to defend myself, to walk through, to regain my energy, to get out of my own head, to finally call bullshit on this connection that was, talking fancy to me. And now you're in this position of, you, like, I can hear this guy on the hill after this battle. He's still standing there even in the night. And he's just like taking a breather, right? But that's good because the longer you give to yourself, and you know, Gemini, you're still in that mental energy where you're analyzing everything that happened. That's okay because the card is advising you to revisit your strategy and improve it. So, you know, go back and say, well, this didn't work, so now I have to do it this way. You know, it's like reprogramming things, okay? And then it says, be humble and grateful. Yeah, just be in an energy of, I'm glad I'm out of it. Thank you for everybody who helped me out of it. I'm humbled. I'm different. Much am I'm much more careful now, you know, now that I know what this looks like. I've got this strength here. They're telling me, please, 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 somebody look, um, be careful that you're not coming out of something pregnant. Because we've got all this energy of somebody just getting out of something by the hair of their chinny chin chin, and then we got strength coming back around, and then bam, the Empress. It's like, oh shit. Like you're just coming out of it, your strength is just returning, and kablam, Empress. That pregnant, you know, and that's just for some. For some people, it's your energy that's being reborn that I want to emphasize because this is all you right here. This is all internal. Once you really take stock in that strategy, that I really feel like that's one of the key cards here. Re-strategize. Be humble you got through it. Be grateful for who helped you through it. Acknowledge that you need time for your strength to come back. Feed that back into yourself with the Empress energy. Be kind to yourself. This is screaming self-care. Screaming self-care. Okay? Be kind to yourself, be generous to yourself, be nurturing to yourself, help yourself grow, help yourself heal, help yourself bloom, all that stuff. All right? I don't see anything here except that Two of Cups where you gave anything to anybody else. This is you just booking it out of some situation that had you all up in your head. And now at the end here, you've got this short healing moment, okay, that looks very, very promising. So I'm glad you were able to get through this, Gemini. It looked like it was a rough one. Hang on one second. Okay, I had to get something to drink. Boy, that really took a lot out of me. um, so before we go on to the ancestor messages, let's just say I hope that this is resonating. I hope that the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you vibe with my content, please take a minute to leave a like, leave a comment. I really want the feedback. I never get it. I want to improve. I want to know how you guys are vibing with how I'm interpreting and the setup and everything. Share and subscribe. That helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email. Contact me. I am now open for personal readings. I'm so excited. We can do a video chat or an email, or I can make a video just like this and I can upload it to YouTube as a private link and only you will receive that. I can also do a birth chart inquiry. Any of those, one of them for $40. That's my set price. So please, let's connect. Absolutely, I'm open to it. You'll also find in the description links to my Venmo and my Cash App if you'd like to drop me a tip, or that's the way I'll take payment for the readings. I appreciate any and all feedback and donations. I am trying to do this as a career. One last thing, I don't know how to link it yet, so if you'd like to see what the table looks like, what all the cards look like from above, I do post those pictures on my Instagram. And so you can go over to my Instagram right after I upload to YouTube. I usually upload the pictures to Instagram right away. You can check over there, and there's like a set of them. You can see what the table looks like and probably like follow along with me as I go. Gem 314 Tarot, same as the YouTube channel, just and Instagram. So let's go to the oracle messages now. You got the Knight, the Mirror Guardian, and the Sun. I wasn't gonna keep the Sun, but the energy was really nice after this harsh reading. So let's do the Knight first. It says, "Be brave and honest." It says, "Do the right thing even if." Hang on. It says, "Do the right thing even if it isn't the easiest option, okay? Stand for what you know to be right and true." I'm sorry if I stutter over these because this is really tiny and it's kind of dark. The energy of respect is important right now. This is you're being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. Oh. If you're in a space where there's opposition, well, yeah, I mean, look at what we've just looked at here. If you're in a space where there's opposition, you're being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, oh, Knight of Pentacles and Page of Wands reversed, that slow progress, even if you think it'll slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant afterwards. You're being surrounded by the light of heaven to help you. Okay. This card also brings justice. That's fantastic because I feel like you've just been put through the ringer, a Gemini. If you are If you're longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order. Oh, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. It's kind of dark right now, and I'm having a hard time reading this little. Let's see here. Force anything through with your will. Okay, if you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. That makes total sense. If you're feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Okay, so all these feelings of contention here, they're saying relax and let spirit protect you right now. Okay? Mirror Guardian. Time to reflect. Take time to reflect. What do they want me to say? Wait a minute. I'm not done. Take ownership of the mistakes. So it's reminiscent of this Seven of Wands from the back, because it said revisit strategy and improve it. Be humble and grateful. Okay. I heard be grateful you got through this with what you did. And that's not a threat. It's not like, yeah, be grateful that, spirit is saying that I could have taken more. That's not it at all. It's like, be grateful to yourself that you had the strength to get through this. Okay. Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. It says, take time to reflect on your strength and challenges and how far you've come, and recognize your gifts. Again, that Seven of Wands coming out really, really strong here. Revisit strategy and improve it, and be humble. It says you are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you have surmounted, the strengths you have developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Okay? I love that because initially going through these cards, I felt extremely like you felt very alone here. Like you had to make a break for it by yourself. There was nobody to help. There was nobody to acknowledge. I feel like some people didn't even believe it was quote unquote that bad. Like, why are you running? It's not even like that. And you're just like, I got the ick. I can't be here anymore. So you had to run, and it had to be exactly when you chose it to be. Does that make sense? It's like one day sooner, one day later, it wouldn't have worked, but you just one day just booked it, okay? And the last one here is the sun. Enjoy success and happiness. See what I say with the strength coming back and the Empress, you have got to heal yourself. That is what the mirror guardian was saying with this Empress energy screaming self-care. It says offer yourself approval where it's due and know that and give yourself credit. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths. That's the strength card coming in sideways because it feels like you don't have any right now. In particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. That victory card. The devil here. This Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords reversed. It's like you were not getting the recognition in this dynamic that you deserved. I heard somebody didn't want to see your value. Maybe it outshined their own. Who knows? And okay, the sun. Enjoy success and happiness. It says, know that doors are opening for you. Follow up your new projects, ventures, and ideas. Connect with the inner fire that is driving you forward. All right. Enjoy your success and happiness. Thank goodness, right? So we are going to continue and get some last minute oracle messages from the theme deck, and then we'll wrap this up. So for Gemini, and we'll include Saggies in this because there's a lot of fire here. Sagittarius is fire. We've got Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords. That's Gemini energy. Seven of Swords. Sorry. We've got Capricorn here. You might have Capricorn in your chart. Knight of Pentacles, I give to Virgo. You might have Virgo in your chart. Strength is Leo energy. You might have Leo. And Empress is Venus, which is Taurus and Libra. Okay? Get out of there. She's being naughty. Where's my thingy? Okay. So let's get some last minute, last minute? Yeah. Messages for Sagittarius and Gemini with this weird dynamic going on between the moon, Mars, and Jupiter. Oh, hey, 777. That's good. Remember, you are Earth. Okay. That's been coming out a lot lately. Hydrate, meditate, eliminate. Drink, think, poop. It's mostly like let the toxicity out of your life, okay? Let it go. Poop it out. Get rid of it. Meditate, hydrate, and release the toxicity, okay? So what do we have here? Oh, okay. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That's not weakness. That is life. From Captain Picard, from Star Trek. This goes along with what I was saying earlier about you make the best decisions you can with the choices you are given. All right, but sometimes it's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That's just life. It has absolutely nothing to do with how you chose. It had to do with just the fact that times change, you know, the wheel goes, energies change, people have free will, situations change, minute to minute, hour to hour. You made the best decision you could make at the time, and still it wah wah, big goose egg, and you regretted it. It is not, it had nothing to do with you. Okay? So do not kill your, do not put yourself in this nine of swords of guilt thinking that you made the wrong decision because you made the best decision you could for the information you had at the moment. All right, and that could be what led the lovers to this devil energy. That in between time, you may not have had the best choices, but you made the best decision you could. It just kind of, it ended up being more obligation than equality in this relationship. Okay, you do have the clover here. I like that. This is luck, um happy coincidences, small joy, right place, right time. Okay, parking spot angel. um the animal wisdom deck that I have, a lot of their cards, when the pictures in the background, there'll always be a clover on the ground, and it's a reminder that opportunity is sometimes right under your feet. um that deck always has a very deep kind of reminder that even if we're even if we're on a journey and we're very much in our heads and we're not really paying attention to where we're walking, try to pay attention to what's under your feet, because there's the clover are always down on the ground. And in that deck, there's one card where the clover, which is very low to the ground, and right underneath it is a gold coin. I don't know if it's the ace of coins or whatever, but it's like, look around you for small opportunities, because underneath that opportunity might be something from the divine that will grow into something that you would not have anticipated if you hadn't looked for it. Okay, so that's that clover energy right there. Hydrate, meditate, eliminate. We've got, remember you are earth, ground yourself, build, heal, give, provide, and be steady. Okay, that's earth energy. You've got here, oh, soulmate, the red string is here. Interesting. So there is a soulmate. I believe that this is in the future though. You're coming through something with somebody who was not your soulmate. False flame, false twin, false love. Well, I mean, they were just ick about it. They were shady. Look at what we got here. Poison. The situation or something in it is toxic. Negative whisperings, heavy energy. See? What did I say? There was something about this relationship that it just kind of kept you down. But now here's the key. It says once closed doors may now be opened, and you do have the answers. Okay, I believe that goes right there. Maybe the Mirror Guardian. Now, these two together, you've got Divine Path 777. You are right where you should be, and you are serving your divine purpose. Okay, and then you've got this out of the blue contender here, the red string. This is fated love. This is a twin flame connected soul. This is soulmates, a divine bond that is unbreakable. This is telling me that after you get out of this weird situation here with this false soulmate that had you in bondage here, took away your victory, put you in mental stress and agony, and kept you in it for a long ass fucking time with this Knight of Pentacles. Once you come here and you're at the end here with the Seven of Wands, reevaluating your strategy, coming back to your strength and putting in the self-care to bring yourself back to Empress status, kablam! kablam, an earth-shattering kaboom, here comes a twin flame soulmate. Real quickly, what is the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame? A soulmate is another soul who is a separate person, a separate soul. They've got their own motives, they got their own itinerary. You guys come in together at certain points. You're all part of the same kind of soul family, but they are their own um autonomous another soul that you just know very well. You're a bestie, your sister. You could have been mother and daughter in a past life. You could have been neighbors in another life. You could have been cousins in another life. It's like you always come in together and you always play a role in each other's lives. Soulmates, okay? The twin flame is completely different. The theory behind a twin flame is that at some point in the beginning, when souls first emanated from the spark of God, some contracted to be split into two, TWO. Not all souls did it, okay? That's why your soulmate is a whole soul on their own, and you guys just come, hey, we're gonna be in Milwaukee in the 80s. You wanna incarnate at the same time. It's like, fuck yeah, I'll come in and, we can pal around for 20 years in Milwaukee in the 80s. It's like that's a soulmate. And once you're born and you find each other in your life, you look at each other and go, fuck yeah, hey, I know you. And they're like, I know you. That's how souls like recognize each other. That's a soulmate. A twin, however, is one soul who has been wrenched apart into two pieces. It's exceedingly rare. Because it's exceedingly painful. So when you run across somebody who's like, oh my God, I can't let him go, he's my twin, blah, 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 and it's some abusive, toxic fuckboy who keeps running around on them, that's not a twin flame, honey. That's a karmic. And they're there to teach you a lesson that you deserve better. But once the soul is evolved enough, stable enough, balanced enough, and shining enough to beckon their twin to come back in, the reintegration of that soul is incredible. It lets off like this bomb of positive energy, okay? Now, usually, the masculine side of the soul stays asleep a little bit longer than the feminine side. Once the feminine meets the other, she's awakened right away. But of course, it takes the men a little while to figure it out. Now, I say men, but it could be that the masculine side of that twin soul is incarnated as a female in this life. Okay, gender ain't shit. Gender ain't shit but boobs and wieners, all right? We're talking about energy. A twin flame is the reintegration of one soul that had been split into male and female, or masculine and feminine energy. Like I say, not every soul has a twin. Not every soul is a twin. If you're dealing with some fuckboy who just messes around on you and he's controlling and he's toxic and he's, all this and all that, that's not your twin, honey. That's a fucking karmic, and he's going to make your life miserable. So, but once this is over and this healing has a chance to begin, and you can expedite this in this Seven of Wands energy where you revisit your strategy. It's saying put more strength into healing yourself and becoming more powerful than you were in this devil energy. And kablam, red string. The red string, it's a symbol of the bond, the ribbon. Okay, it's like a ethereal 5D thread that binds the twins from their one heart to another. Okay, it's invisible, blah blah blah. That is one string that you cannot cord cut. All right. There's a lot of cord cutting rituals that you can do, meditations that you can do that frees you from karmic attachments. But that twin flame, if you are a twin, that's uncuttable. Unfortunately. Sorry, I tried. Believe me. And it's impossible. So be patient. Be hopeful. It's here. It's kind of like, it's like this twin flame. It's just kind of like around on the outskirts, just waiting. Um, it's there in the future. You have the key. Once closed doors are now opened, I feel like once you got past this toxicity and you put enough care into yourself, that key is going to open up. Look, it came in right by the sun here. I love it. 777 Divine Path with the twin flame. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Gemini, I think sometimes you're your own worst enemy with your brain. Sagittarius, you got to get through this moon energy and tap into the Mars Jupiter. That's your ruler. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and it's palling around in Gemini right now. That's why I have I thought that the title could be that you guys could Voltron up and get something done, but I mean, somebody's stuck in toxicity here. But you got this. It's going to be great, you know. You're going to free yourself and you're going to heal and it's going to be good. I hope this doesn't take very long. This could be just in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really drawn out and descriptive because I know there's a lot of messages that need to get to where they, to everybody who needs to hear them. Like, I don't know if I said this earlier, like, I can read the script, but I can't tell you what character you play in the play. You're all at different points here. So you got to you have to decide where you resonate. Okay? I like this. I'm glad it ended well. Gemini and Sagittarius, you guys are going to be fine. Saggy, try to link up with your expressive side, okay? You're all fire right now. And you're in your feels because the moon is in you. But if you can tap into Mars and Jupiter, your ruler that's in Gemini right now, give your words a little more weight. Give your expression a little more oomph, okay? Acknowledge how you think, how you feel, acknowledge your ideas, acknowledge where you maybe want to start over or try again. You gotta put some Gemini energy into that, okay? Thanks everybody. I'm glad to have been able to do this for you. Don't forget to check my description for my Venmo and my Cash App. My email is down there. Let's connect for a reading. If you want to see what the cards look like, my Instagram is Gem314 Tarot. Until I see you guys tomorrow, thanks for sticking with me. Okay, bye.